Hi, this is Roxana for Avid Diva, and today is day 51 of the 100-day challenge. Normally it is reading Thursday, but as you guys know, I'm reading this book on dementia, and it's a very complicated book to read. So I am going to tell you a little story, actually. If you've been watching the channel a little while, or if you've ever read my blog, you will know that I am not a particular fan of news channels or news in general. If I want to find out a story, I go online, I see the facts, and I stay away from either too liberal companies that are too liberal or companies that are too conservative, because I just want the facts. I don't want editorializing of any kind. So this morning I was driving, and on my way to run some errands, there's a show here called The News Junkie, and the News Junkie was talking. Actually, he pretty much messed up my entire day. First, he actually announced the news that Chyna was dead. Chyna being the wrestler. She was 45. I always thought she was my age. It turns out she was younger than me. And she unfortunately passed away this morning. Then he goes into the story about this lady for the Washington Post that is writing about why Harriet Tubman should not be in the $20 bill, or any other woman should be on any dollar bill for that matter. Then in the afternoon they announced that Prince died. And then in Puerto Rico, I'm from Puerto Rico, this very famous woman that was not only a very good comedian and actress, but was also a politician and was a role model for me personally. I didn't know her personally, but I was a huge fan of this woman. And she also passed away apparently last night. So I'm debating whether or not I'm going to talk about the death of my childhood as I know it, or if I'm going to talk about the whole $20 bill controversy. And at the end, I got mad at myself, because had I not been paying attention to news in the first place, I wouldn't be debating any of these topics, because none of them have any relevance to me, and I'm going to tell you why. As much as I love Velda González, Prince, and Chyna, they are figures of my past. They are figures that made an impact on my life in the 70s and 80s. And 90s, actually, because Chyna was more 90s. They're not here anymore, and that is horrible. And I mean, being so close to death in the family and all this other stuff, yeah, it does kind of bug you a little bit. At the end of the day, they're part of my past, so it should not affect my future or my present. Now, as far as the $20 bill controversy, the thing about it is, it shows once again that sexism and racism is very much alive and well in this country. And even those other countries are pointing their fingers at us going, you bad people, they're racist and they're sexist too. So I don't want to hear from any of them. What I am going to talk about is two things. Number one, if you're like me and you realize that news programs are usually catered to either make you panic or make you angry, stop watching the news. You'll live a very happy life if you do. In fact, on days that I don't watch the news, I can guarantee you I'm 80% happier than when I do watch the news. The other thing I'm going to tell you, because I've seen so many people pass away recently, I've been actually making posts online, and the last 4 letters on every single one of those posts is YOLO. And you only live once. And the reason is very simple. I keep getting this message over and over, that life's too short to wait for us to have a good time and enjoy the fruits of our labor. And nothing is more of a hit to the soul than when somebody you cared about, or somebody that you know, or somebody that you could relate to in some fashion, passes away, dies, goes away, whatever you want to call it. And here's the thing. I am not old enough to be ready for death. I'm not afraid of it anymore, because of course I've been around it for so long lately. But I'm not interested in dying yet. And I'm definitely not interested in losing my mind and forgetting who I am yet. So the most important thing, I've always said that this channel is about two things. Learning about Alzheimer's because of my family member, and taking care of myself. I'm going to add a third component to this. And that would be making sure that I live my life to the fullest every day, because I don't know when it's going to end. And when it does, I don't want to sit there and go, oh, I should have tried this. So, my message to you today is 2. Again, don't watch the news if you don't want to get upset or sad or become paranoid about every person and everything that happens around you. And number 2, you only live once. This is Roxana for Avid Diva, and thank you for watching.